Hey, 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 welcome to our little bubble. Hey there, my name is Lungile and this is our little bubble. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about self-respect. This is so dear to me at this point in my life, and I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinion on it and just like what I've learned about this concept. So, from my own understanding, and which is what I'm going to base it on, is that self respect is basically knowing your worth and value. And I do believe that it goes hand in hand with loving yourself, right? Because I feel like when you love yourself to be a lot of things or some things that you're not going to like tolerate or even stand for, because why? You love yourself, and that is showing yourself some level of self respect. So now I've gotten to learn that self respect is being able, actually, I think that's like the biggest part of it, is being able to say no to your feelings as well. Being able to say no, because sometimes we know this, right? We know that our feelings are not always, I know they're coming from a good place and just how we feel, but they don't always like lead to us making the best decisions, right? They just lead to us sometimes even staying in places with which we know we're not supposed to be in, or even tolerating some things we know that definitely this is not good for me and I don't like it. So now that is now when you have even just a teensy bit of self-respect, you'll know that some things like this, like these feelings, yes, they're there and I acknowledge them, I see them, but I'm gonna say no to them because I just don't feel like I fit in this dynamic or this whatever is happening. I don't fit in it, and I just don't. I feel like that is not showing my self respect, and I know that I'm worth so much more, and I'm deserving of so much more than being in the situation or tolerating the behavior that I'm getting. So that is what I feel like. That's what I'm saying. Like feelings, I like saying no to your feelings is a big part of self respect, because it comes to a point where like you get conflicted, and you like, sometimes our feelings really drive us, man. They lead to us just doing a lot of things and just tolerating a lot, because we just like, especially when you're operating from that point, it's just, it's not a nice feel, man. It's not a nice feel, but yeah, it happens. And that's why I think it's important for us to develop self-respect, or even learn about it, or even look into it and really seeing where it's coming from, why we feel the way that we feel and why we tolerate certain things. It's just, I think things like that are just all rooted from just having respect for yourself. When you are standing for things that you know you're not supposed to be, or that don't feel good, or that don't even like, that the way you've been treated is not right, but you still keep going back to things like that, that is showing like a very lack of self-respect. And it's something that I do believe that we need to really look into. I didn't realize it. Honestly, I didn't even get this concept up until I really looked into it and realized that there've been a lot of things in my life that I've been just putting up with, or just not, and I don't understand why I do that. But I just come to realize that it's all about respecting yourself. Do you respect yourself? Do you value yourself? Do you think that you're worthy? Do you think that you're deserving of wonderful things? But if you don't think that, then you will definitely take about anything that is given to you. Put up with literally anything that has been thrown at you. Because why? You don't value, nor do you respect yourself. Because if you did, you would take yourself out of that. You take yourself out of that. So some people have it, and they've always had it, which I find it's amazing. It's amazing that that you've always operated from that point of like having respect for yourself. You're like high up there. You know that you will not let yourself be in places or situations that don't value or honor you in any way, or even reflect any sense of respect for the self, because you know that you hold it dearly. You know that you respect yourself so much that you wouldn't put yourself in situations like that. The people who operate from that, and they've always been like that, I think everything honestly is just all rooted from our environment and how we were raised. And there's some people who, greatly enough, they had like parents who really emphasized that, or even were exposed to environments that led to them really seeing what it means to be operating from this point. They never even thought about it, which I just find it amazing. And honestly, I just find it really amazing. And then there are people who have never had it at all. It's something that it's a concept that is just foreign to them. They've never seen it. They've never even had it. They've never even like operated from it, because from them, it's just always been a thing of, you know what, as long as I'm pleasing so and so, you know, because that's what it is, right? People pleasing also leads to you not having any self-respect, not even, like, I feel like that's what honestly, people pleasing, like when you're pleasing someone, there's some things that you know don't feel good, you know that you shouldn't be doing that, but then because you don't honor yourself, nor do you respect yourself, you're still gonna put up with that and still attain to that and even tolerate everything that has been thrown at you. So there really are people who have never had it, and I honestly encourage you, whoever you are out there who has never had any, like, even thought about this concept, really do look into it, because sometimes we think we have respect for ourselves because of how maybe we look at ourselves. And like how I mentioned in my video about worth, knowing your worth, it's just not based on things that you can do, you know, things that can be easily taken from you, or things that you've done before, you know. It's based on what is innately in you, like the essence of it all, like, you know, it's so much deeper than what you have, you know. That is what knowing your what. And I feel like even with people like that, it's like, you know, it's like that. So now and then there are people who have had it before but never really the people who have had it before, but it was taken away, or maybe they lost it at some point in their life because of maybe a situation that they got in, or yeah, basically just based on like something maybe that they got on, or like people who they interacted with, somehow they lost it, maybe without even realizing that was happening, or even with honestly the realization. But I'd like to think without realizing, because like, why would you let that be the case? Why would you let something so dear and big, and something that really helps you make it in this world, be taken away from you? I'd like to think that it was without them realizing, because sometimes with our feelings, when feelings are involved, we tend to like take up on anything that is thrown at us, and feeling like maybe I could make some adjustment, maybe I could just like, you know, maybe it's not that deep, maybe if I just make a tweaking and a here and there, then not much is gonna change. But you know, the more you do that, the more you end up like taking in a lot, and the more you get to a point where there is not even a teensy bit of self-respect for the self, because you tolerated it all, you know, you let it happen. You basically just like you let it all happen. So that is what I wanted to talk about. And self-respect is very important, guys, and it's gonna help you a lot. I've come to realize that self-respect, even the teensy bit of self-respect, will lead to you being saved from a lot of situations that could have been a detriment in your life. Like really and truly, having even just the teensy bit of self-respect. I mean, I would like to hope that nobody, obviously, we want to get to a point where we're operating fully from that point, you know? But even just a little bit, it will save you from a lot of situations that could have cost you a lot. So it's important for us to look into it. I think it's important for us to even learn, you know, to learn how to operate from that level, even how to have even just a little bit of self-respect. It's gonna save you from a lot of situations. It's gonna save you from a lot of like really and truly crap nonsense. It's gonna save you from a lot. And that's why it's also, like I mentioned, and I started with this because I know that sometimes we get so caught up in our emotions and our feelings that we don't even think about the result. We don't even think about what is being presented to us. We don't even think about any of that because we'll be operating from that point. But I do encourage each and every one of you guys to really look into it and dive in deeper. So if you made it this far, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.